William Beveridge was born on March 5, 1879, in the heart of London, England. He grew up in an era when social and economic inequality was widespread, and the country faced challenges brought on by industrialization, poverty, and lack of public services. Beveridge's early experiences would later shape his beliefs about the role of government in improving the lives of citizens. Beveridge's family was not wealthy, but they valued education, and this influenced his early life significantly. He attended Harrow School, a prestigious institution that educated many of Britain's future leaders. It was here that Beveridge's intellectual curiosity was nurtured. After completing his education at Harrow, he went on to study history at Balliol College, Oxford, one of the most respected universities in the world. While at Oxford, Beveridge became increasingly interested in economics, social issues, and the condition of the poor. This interest would form the foundation of his future work. Upon finishing his studies at Oxford, Beveridge began his career as a civil servant, which marked the beginning of his deep engagement with social issues. During the early 1900s, he worked for the Board of Trade, a government department responsible for regulating trade and industry. In this role, he focused on understanding and addressing social conditions, particularly the struggles of working-class people. He was not content simply to observe these problems, but sought to find solutions to improve the quality of life for ordinary citizens. One of Beveridge's key concerns was the issue of poverty. He believed that a modern society should provide its citizens with basic protections against hardship, such as unemployment, sickness, and old age. Beveridge's research and writing on poverty made him one of the leading thinkers of his time in the area of social policy. He conducted extensive studies into the conditions of the poor and the working class, uncovering shocking statistics about health, housing, and income inequality. His work gained the attention of the government, and in 1919, Beveridge was appointed as the director of the newly created Institute of Economic Affairs. This role gave him the opportunity to conduct research on a wide range of social and economic issues, and it was here that he began to develop his ideas for a comprehensive social insurance system. Beveridge's most significant contribution came during and after World War II. In 1941, when the UK was engaged in the global conflict, the government appointed Beveridge to chair a committee tasked with developing proposals for post-war social reform. This committee's work culminated in the publication of the Beveridge Report in 1942. The report outlined a blueprint for a comprehensive welfare state that would provide universal social security and access to essential services such as health care, education, and housing. The Beveridge Report was groundbreaking because it presented a vision of a society where the government would take responsibility for ensuring that all citizens had access to a basic standard of living, regardless of their economic situation. Beveridge's report identified 5 giants that stood in the way of social progress: want, poverty, disease, ignorance, squalor, poor living conditions, and idleness, unemployment. Beveridge argued that these problems could be overcome through a combination of social insurance, government intervention, and public services. The most revolutionary aspect of the Beveridge Report was its call for the establishment of a universal, state-run healthcare system. Beveridge argued that no one should be denied medical care because of their inability to pay, and that a healthy population was essential for the nation's prosperity. This idea led directly to the creation of the National Health Service (NHS) in 1948, which has since become one of the cornerstones of the British welfare state. Beveridge also advocated for the establishment of a national system of unemployment insurance, as well as a pension scheme to support the elderly. His proposals were designed to offer financial security to all citizens from the cradle to the grave. Beveridge's recommendations had a profound impact on British society. After World War II, the Labour government led by Prime Minister Clement Attlee embraced Beveridge's ideas and worked to implement many of them. The creation of the NHS in 1948 was a direct result of the Beveridge Report. This was followed by the introduction of the National Insurance Act, which established a comprehensive system of unemployment benefits, sickness benefits, and pensions. Beveridge's ideas helped shape the post-war welfare state, which aimed to create a society that offered security and opportunities for all, regardless of their social or economic background. While Beveridge's work was widely praised, he was not without his critics. Some argued that his vision of a comprehensive welfare state was too ambitious and would be too expensive to sustain. Others feared that the government would become too involved in people's lives, leading to a loss of individual freedom. However, Beveridge believed that the government had a moral duty to protect its citizens from the harshest aspects of poverty and hardship. He argued that the state should not just be a protector of individual freedom, but also a provider of the necessary conditions for people to lead healthy, secure, and fulfilling lives. Beveridge's influence extended far beyond the borders of Britain. His ideas on social welfare and the role of government in providing for citizens were adopted by many other countries. The principles of social insurance, universal health care, and state pensions, which he outlined in the Beveridge Report, became a model for other nations looking to create or expand their own social safety nets. Countries such as Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, for example, adopted similar welfare state systems, inspired by Beveridge's vision. In addition to his work as a social reformer, Beveridge was also involved in politics. He was a member of the Liberal Party, and served in various government positions, including as the director of the London School of Economics. Although he did not hold a high political office, his influence on government policy was considerable. He was deeply involved in the debates surrounding the future of the British economy after the war, and was instrumental in shaping the post-war consensus on the need for a strong welfare state. Despite his successes, Beveridge faced challenges later in his life. After the war, some critics of the welfare state began to argue that the system Beveridge helped create was unsustainable and too costly. These debates about the size and role of government continue to this day, but Beveridge's ideas have remained a central part of the conversation about social policy. His work has continued to inspire new generations of policymakers, activists, and scholars who seek to address the challenges of poverty, inequality, and social justice. William Beveridge passed away on March 16, 1963, at the age of 84. By the time of his death, his vision of a welfare state had become a reality in Britain and many other parts of the world. His legacy lives on in the institutions and policies he helped create, which continue to provide vital support to millions of people. His work remains a testament to the power of ideas, and to the importance of striving to build a fairer and more just society. In the decades following his death, many of Beveridge's ideas faced challenges as governments around the world grappled with economic difficulties, rising costs, and changing political ideologies. Despite these challenges, his vision for a society in which everyone had access to the basics of a good life, health care, education, housing, and economic security has left an enduring mark on social policy. Beveridge's work, particularly the Beveridge Report, remains a defining moment in the history of social welfare. It set a new standard for what governments could and should do to help their citizens live better, more secure lives. His contributions to the development of the welfare state continue to influence debates on social policy, not just in Britain, but across the globe. In conclusion, William Beveridge was a pioneering social reformer, whose ideas helped shape the modern welfare state. His work on poverty, health care, and social security laid the foundation for policies that have improved the lives of millions. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, remains one of the most influential documents in the history of social policy, and its principles continue to inform the way governments think about social welfare today. Despite the challenges that his ideas faced in the years following their implementation, Beveridge's vision of a more just and equal society has had a lasting impact on the world. His legacy serves as a reminder of the power of progressive ideas to shape a better future for all.